All right, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna not do a silly intro with some music or anything. We had some issues with the game that made it where multiplayer was a little stuttery and stuff, and they wanted to make sure it was set up just fine for the tournament, and so it's kind of a bummer. But the good news is I'm gonna be able to show you guys quite a bit of content here on some different tracks, and I actually have two videos I can make live now as well. So I'll probably do that all kind of at once. But I will be able to show you guys the game, which is nice. It just won't be the tournament like we had planned. So let me know if there's any audio issues or anything funky. Like I said, there were some strange issues here, but I think we should be able to at least rip around a little bit. I'm going to start off with maybe a little bit of time attack just to show you guys gameplay, what's on my mind, and then I can go a little bit more in depth in the videos that I've made. And again, I'll make those live very soon. So again, sorry for kind of a little bit of a delay here. Not much I could do about it, to be honest. Is what it is. But may as well show you guys how am I sub to you. I don't know, man. So really, this build is pretty basic that we have right now. You can do some multiplayer, but again, we're having some stuttering issues. But in single player, you can basically do a new event against AI, or you can do time attack, and it's all 450s. So that's pretty much all we've got. Pretty basic. If you do go over to create, your rider customization is pretty basic as well. You can't mess with the actual goggles, gear, boots, all that stuff. It's basically just hopping right in here and changing male or female, which female in the game is pretty cool. And then obviously just kind of your names, things like that, your nickname on the back. And then I guess your font, color of font, number, color of the number. And there's actually quite a few options, which is pretty cool. But then you can also go straight into, actually here, there is the height of your rider. And then you can pick your nationality all the way down to like state and things like that. So that's pretty much it. But again, I think this is all more about gameplay. And again, I'll have a couple videos about some of this a little bit more in detail and my thoughts on the game in its current state. Keep in mind, this is a preview build, right? So this isn't the final. This is a preview build. But thank you guys for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. Again, unfortunately, it's not going to be what we had planned, but it should be a good time. Race options, you'll see I have advanced physics, and then joint brakes are off, and manual rider weight, manual transmission, and flow aid off. So kind of everything you would expect there. And I think it's worth it to do a time trial where it's just me on track, so you guys can kind of get an idea of more what the riding is like without having to deal with AI all over the place. So yeah, we're on the Yamaha right now. One cool thing is the bikes sound very different from each other, but let me know if it's a little quiet. I can adjust that pretty easily here in game. So there's your canned whips, is what I've always called it. Let me actually make one small change real quick to make sure this works really well for you guys on stream. There, let's try this. Okay, we're up and running. So you have your canned whips. You have the whips that can just kind of control by just moving the stick around, which is pretty cool. It's nice to have the option to move the bike around in the air without having to use those canned whips. The other big thing really is the preload system. You can hold both sticks back. You can see there I got quite a bit of pop. It's basically a seat bounce. The seat bounce is pretty powerful. It shoots you way high in the air. So you got to be careful using it because you can really screw yourself by just going too high in the air and losing a lot of time. It seems like this game is all about getting that power to the ground. So anytime you use that big fat preload, it's a little tricky. So basically, and I talked about this in my video I made when I played the game at Monster Cup, but in the preloads, it's basically you pull one stick back to do kind of your normal preload, and then you pull both of your joysticks back to do the seat bounce or the double preload, whatever you want to call it. And then from there, your only other option really is if you want to hit something with no preload. Obviously, that's a good option if you can get away with it, right? And you can do that on some of the bigger jumps too. You just need to make sure you really hit it correctly. This is the track that we were going to do the tournament on. It's a pretty difficult track. This rhythm right there is definitely the most difficult. Everything else is a little bit straightforward. Here we go. Both sticks back for a preload. Kind of a weird track, I'll tell you that, but it's really fun because it being difficult. It's kind of fun trying to rip around here and get a decent lap. It's kind of fun to chase those lap times, but you really have to get into a flow in this game. I'll tell you, it's way different than the other games in that the rider feels like it has a lot more weight. So because of that weight, you can't manipulate the bike around as much, and I don't mean like whips. I'll show you kind of how far you can go with whips, but more like in the air, like right then, if I try to jump off, like so if I jump off track like that, I can't pull it over to get back on track. You really can't move the bike left and right as far as your positioning, really at all. So whatever trajectory you go off that lip, like however you go off that lip is what you're stuck with. Like I cannot pull the bike over. I can move the bike in the air for a whip, but can't move my positioning. So hopefully that makes sense. Kind of weird to describe, but and it's the same in the corners. It just has more weight, which is really cool. But as far as whips go, it's like that's all me just moving the sticks. Now, I think it's going to take some time to get it where everyone can make the whips look cool. It's actually kind of tricky. It's definitely way more free than any game that they've made, like by a long shot, but you really are going to have to figure it out to make it look cool. And keep in mind, this is a preview build, so it has changed a lot since I played it in Monster Cup, and I expect it to continue to change. You can see the tough blocks are super, super gnarly. I'm going to look at some chat here. Maybe game is okay. First time watching him. Thanks for being here, guys. Cutter and Cryptic, what's up? Game looks garbage. Looks like All Out. Looks like it plays like All Out. First Supercross game was the best. It plays nothing like All Out. Absolutely nothing like All Out. I've had multiple people say that, and I do not agree at all. In fact, I would say this is definitely an improvement in the series. Again, the stuff that they've changed only makes it better. The cornering, you really have to like set up the cornering. You can't just rail it. Like you're saying, it looks like All Out. All Out is just full pinned in the corners. This, like, you really need to predict and plan. You need to use that rear brake to rotate the bike around and get into the sweet spot of that corner. I would say this game takes more skill than the rest of all of the Milestone games, I would say, as far as getting through things cleanly. And again, there's a lot of tracks. I'm going to show you a few tracks. Again, the game is difficult, so I'd say that really, it's not like the other games. You can't just hop on any track and just be good right away. You definitely cannot do that. You really have to figure out how to get through each rhythm and what to do. You can see this rhythm right here is super difficult. There's multiple lines, and if you try to hit that big line that I was going for there, you're kind of screwed. You're done for at this point. If you're kind of singling through the rhythm. So it's pretty tricky, and I think that's one of the things that's going to make this game a little bit better. I will say there's some stuff that I don't like about the game, and the biggest thing is that it's just very similar to the previous titles. But the positive is that they're making some really nice improvements that you can't ignore. The preload change is nice, and then the whips are definitely a step in the right direction. But I'll tell you what, even with them being free on this build, it's hard to make them look cool, and that's really what a whip is all about. So that's something I'm struggling with, but and I've talked to the guys like Donut and Kellen and those guys a little bit here a second ago as we were trying to set up for this tournament, but it's kind of hard to make them look really cool. I feel like the build that we played previously that I have a video on here on my channel about, I feel like it was a little bit easier to make it look cool in the air. Now it's kind of like if you try to do the whips on your own, it's a little bit challenging. It ends up not looking that cool most of the time. But that's also just down to experience. Like, okay, that looks pretty lame, right? But you can at least move the bike in the air, which is something you couldn't do before. You just woke up because you live in Australia? Sweet, dude. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Hopefully you're not having to deal with the fires too much out there. That's honestly just terrible, the fires, dude. So hopefully it's not impacting you too much. So bowl sticks back, you can see that preload's pretty massive. And then through here, it's nice to just do a nice double, and then you do the double preload triple, but you can see that's big. So you kind of have a plan B if you need to. That's kind of the line that I was going to hit in a tournament if I needed to, kind of the screw-up line. But I think I'm going to show you guys some other tracks because it's easy to see this track and it's a little slower paced and maybe think negatively about the game. The bike pops too much. It's a preview, but I get it, but it looks so cheesy. They need to clean up the bike interaction with the ground when jumping, and the jump trajectory could be better. That might be good feedback. Again, I think the goal of this is to give them feedback so they can fine-tune things, and they've been pretty clear that this isn't kind of the final build, obviously. So can you give me a shout-out? What's up, Jacob? But yeah, there's some pretty cool tracks, I'll tell you that. And that's why I'm trying to show you guys in just Time Attack. I feel like I'll show you guys some AI stuff, but sometimes it's just a complete shit show when there's AI everywhere. So we'll bounce around a little bit. Is there any track you guys want to see? Some of them are just gnarly and are going to take a while to figure out, but you guys kind of know the list. Is there anything you guys really want to see? Best bike for 2020 is the Yamaha because they adjusted the foot gear and brake length. I know everyone says that the Yamaha stock bike is kind of like the bike to get right now, even though, you know, the Yamaha team has struggled in Pro Supercross and Motocross, but Seattle? Ooh, I don't know if I've done Seattle. We can do Seattle. That's the first one I saw. Seattle, Nashville. Other brands already have that. I know when you hear like the Racer X or the actually Pulp MX guys, I think they say that the Detroit, maybe I'll do Detroit next. They say that Yamaha is pretty sick, that it's kind of the bike to buy. Can you guys hear the bikes and everything okay? I can turn it up a little bit. So this is Seattle. I'm not sure if I've really played this track, so we'll see. We'll see. Different dirt texture. There's some tracks with sand that's really, really sick. Oh yeah, this is kind of a weird rhythm. I have played this. It's gonna take a few laps, and maybe that's good to see. Maybe you guys would like it, maybe you guys wouldn't like it, but to me it's kind of cool that it takes you a little bit to figure out the tracks. It's not just, you can't just hop on and kill it right away. It doesn't work that way in this game. And that's, to me, a positive. Like, look at this. This is such a weird section. Double, really peaky, on, off. Yeah, I would say this is nothing like All Out. And I've seen a few people say that. Am I missing something? Are you guys saying it looks like All Out for a reason I'm completely unaware of? Because I feel like it's nothing like All Out. So let's see, maybe just double onto that, triple, then you end up with a single. That's kind of shitty. We'll have to try some different things through there. Really weird rhythm, I remember that one. Yeah, this is kind of a weird track. Let's see, if you just... a triple single probably isn't going to work through there either. And then through here, triple, maybe a little tire tap over, end up with a single, but some options. Triple that time around, triple, triple. Okay, so that's obviously the way to go through there. But yeah, it takes some time to figure out the tracks, which can be frustrating at first, I think. But I think it's going to make it more rewarding. Because the one thing like Kellen, Donut, Tylin, one thing we were all having fun with was trying to hot lap. And it was really cool trying to like get the lap right, because it's pretty clear that it's not easy. This game is significantly harder than the rest, which I like. I think that's a good thing, but it makes it hard, man. It's hard to learn a track quickly. It's hard to adapt and go fast. Sometimes you need to slow down and not just do something totally stupid. Oh, the tough blocks are super gnarly though. Do you like this track, Yellow? I hate this track on Sim. What's up, Eric? What is the actual point of this tournament? The tournament, it was just a race with other YouTubers. That's all it was. You missed at the beginning, Eric, unfortunately, and anybody else that wasn't here. The tournament has been canceled. There's some issues with multiplayer that are making it really jittery, and unfortunately that means that we're not going to be doing the tournament. So kind of sucks, but they're spending their time to make it right. So I was able to ask them if we could at least stream a little bit and show you guys some content. And I actually have 2 videos ready to go where I show you guys 4 different tracks, like a decent lap on 4 different tracks. It's a really quick one that you can at least digest. And then another one that's more kind of my thoughts on the game that I'll go a little bit deeper, kind of a more planned out, like these are the things I like about the game, these are the things I don't like about the game. And it's pretty honest. So I'm going to make those videos live as soon as I get done with this. So you guys can check those out as well. And then I'm going to probably post some more videos as well. So I'll probably record some more tomorrow and post some more stuff. So if you guys have anything you really want to see about the game, let me know. And again, this is not a finished build. This is a preview version. I wonder if you can quad that. Let's see, outside triple maybe? I just don't want to end up with a single there. That was the ugliest whip ever, that was my fault. Okay, so triple in, and then just triple out, I guess. Some weird rhythms on this track. I need to just triple that. I could also do a tire tap triple if I go slow, if I need to hit the inside. Oof. So that's Jesus Christ. That's the canned whips, just so you guys know. To me, because of the whips being a little wonky, I'm still, when I need to scrub, I'm still using the canned scrubs. And I think everyone was doing the same thing. I know Tylin was for sure, and it sounded like Donut was as well. I'm not sure about Kellen, but yeah, it seems like everyone's kind of, it's just consistent to just use those canned scrubs and not deal with trying to come up with some cool whip on your own. So over, triple. It's super poppy on that triple. I don't really like that. And then if I tire tap over, that's kind of cool. Again, I'm kind of learning the track, so you have to bear with me. And that's probably the more difficult part in this game compared to the rest, is it doesn't hold your hand as much. You can't, if you screw something up, you can't pull your bike back onto the track if you're jumping off the track or something, so. Oof, you have to double here. Let's see. IRL vid, I mean, I don't know why I would do that. I've done some IRL stuff in the past, and I wouldn't do IRL riding. I don't even ride motocross anymore. I ride trials now, and I ride in like the woods. So I'm not gonna be. I'm past my like racing motocross days. It's kind of fun to just table on off that. Big OJ. The scrubs definitely make a big difference, which is nice. I feel like they really changed it where the scrubs really are crucial. And again, to me, another big thing about this game is like staying low to the ground. And I know Eric's in here. Eric is a beast at this game. So, well, not this one, but the previous ones. And let's be real, you're going to be crazy fast at this one. So maybe you can comment on some of that, Eric, if you're in chat still. So again, this is just some time trials, myself trying to learn a new track. So maybe something that you would expect to see. Ooh, man, I might be able to land on top of that and get over a little quicker. What's the difference between a Jew and a pizza? What? Let's hear it. Hopefully it's not just super racist. Or prejudiced or something. I like a good joke, though. But I might not be able to read the answer. Let's see. I'm trying to read chat, guys, because it's kind of an interesting one here. Does it feel as stiff as Monster Energy Supercross 2? No. No. So like in the air, I'll just show you. This is just with the sticks. How about that? Pretty lame looking, but you have a lot of freedom in the air. So everybody that's bitched about like how it's so stiff and you can't whip, they've definitely worked on that, but it's still super tricky. Yeah, I think I can quad that if I hit that right. It's tricky to make it look cool, but I think it's going to take time, and that's one where I commented earlier. I know Donut said that, and I don't mean to speak for these guys because they're going to have their own videos, so keep an eye on their channels. But I know they were saying same type of thing, like, it's... There we go. Oh, man, it's kind of sick, but yeah, I don't think the benefit's really there. But yeah, it's definitely more free, but it's kind of hard to make it look sick, so... See what I'm saying? And again, it always takes time to figure out the whips in games sometimes, but, you know, believe it or not, I've got like, I don't know what I've got in here now, probably 10 hours in this game, maybe, on this build. So, I've played it enough that I should be able to throw a decent whip, but, you know, the stuff that I'm doing, the stuff that I'm doing is just not that cool looking, so... Maybe that's on me, but I think everyone else is saying the same thing. But they have made it way more free in the air, which is pretty sweet. I'm just trying to find, like, if you're just trying to do something small, it's nice. But if you're trying to do, like, some big old fat whip, it's tough. Better look at some chat here. Good thing with 1 and 2 is the scrub glitching to stay low. Yeah, that's true. Kind of forgot all about that with the first one, at least. I don't remember that in the second one too hardcore. How's your day been? Cutter, what's up? D Grooms, what's up? Ride Seattle next. This is Seattle, right? Yeah, this is Seattle. Some guy keeps putting a curse on you in chat. That's Andy. Just spitting out some gibberish. Who do you think wins tonight? In my fantasy league, I put Tomac for winning, which is maybe a bold prediction, but I'm trying to make up some points because I think everyone is everyone's gonna think Cianciarillo and Barsha are gonna do good. So I tried to not put either one of those guys in my top 4, hoping that one of them makes a mistake. Now I don't want anybody to get hurt, that's for sure. But so triple table on, off. Okay, so we got another option through there, and then I'll need to switch track. This is a weird track. There's a few weird ones, and this is one of them. I'll tell you what. It's kind of cool though. The one other positive I will say is that a lot of the tracks are pretty unique from each other. They have a very different feel, which is pretty sweet. All the way over. Oof, that's a hard hit. Hope Roxon takes the win. I really hope. Man, it's hard to read chat and ride, especially on a new game and a new track. I want to try to get this triple table on real quick, and then we'll maybe switch up tracks. I didn't hit that corner very good, but on, off, quad. Okay, we gotta hit that. On, off, quad. That's our goal. Actually, I think I can boom restart, and it'll start me right before the finish. And I can read some chat here. Do you have any tips on improved speed and safety? To me, the biggest thing is just never ride over your head. Everyone has friends that they ride over their head and do something stupid. It's like, stay within your means and just focus on technique, if you ask me. But oh man, how am I gonna get off the back of that and do a fat quad? Do you rate the game? I have a video where I talk a little bit more about my thoughts. The short is, I think they're making some good improvements. The preload system is good. The whip system is at least more free, but it's tough to throw cool whips. Cool whip. And what else was there? Come on, quad! That's a big one. But, you know, it's more of the same. It's very similar to the previous games with some changes, just like a Madden or, I don't know, something else like that, right? It's pretty much the same core game, right, as we would all expect. So as long as you know that going in and you openly accept some of the improvements and enjoy it, it's good. I think the positive is they've made some improvements to make it where it's not... it's easy to just kind of manipulate the game and go fast. Like, the only way you're going to go fast is if you are fast, right? In the old game, you'd be able to use all these different glitches and stuff to be able to go quick, or you'd be able to be way off track and then just kind of pull your bike back on if you made a mistake. In this game, you can't do that. Whatever trajectory you hit off the lip is kind of what you're stuck with. And to me, that's pretty cool. So we can still get this triple. Oof, tough blocks are gnarly. I don't know. I go into depth in that video, and again, I'm making that live as soon as I'm done with this. Gonna get a Yamaha TTR 230. Nice, man. That'd be a great bike to maybe learn on or continue to grow, continue to learn. Table on. Man, I can't get off of that very clean. That quad's doable, but man, it's gonna be one of those that takes you forever. I'm gonna switch up tracks. I think I already said I was gonna agree to do Detroit. Let's see what Detroit is like. Can you do an actual race? Any track would be cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do an actual race. I'm just trying to show you guys the physics and stuff, because when there's a bunch of AI, sometimes it's a mess. But I can try. I can try. I'll do it. Who you got for tonight's races? Like I said, I've got Tomac winning. Shit. Let me see. I've got it right here. I got my Supercross picks. Let's go. I did Tomac, Anderson, Webb, Roxon. And my whole goal with that was to not pick Barsha or Cianciarillo, because I feel like one of those guys is going to be on a high and make a mistake. That's my thought. Detroit, right? Race options, just so you guys can see. Short, AI AI difficulty, realistic. So hardest difficulty for the AI. Let's see how good they are. I've liked most everything I've seen from the game. Obviously need to play it for myself, but I'm actually looking forward to playing it. It's good, dude.
The top stars of
it's different.
AMA Supercross and FIM
but
World
to me, in a good way.
Out here at Ford Field in Detroit.
You read my comment. Let's go. What's up, Griffin?
The main
Thanks for being at the stream,
yes,
dude.
Ralph. During the race,
Anthony
we will
Lopez.
find out who is in the best shape, who will
Most
be
likely
willing
going to
to
get
give
Monster
it
Energy Supercross 3.
110% and
Just started
risk it
school, so I'll
all
probably
for
squeeze in
victory.
some races
Who
here
will
and there.
put it all on the line to be the winner here in Detroit?
Yeah, so Griffin, I'm doing an actual race just for you, buddy. But yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed, because I'm going to be posting quite a bit of content here through the build process. And we're going to be doing that tournament here soon, just so you guys know.
He has the speed and is definitely the one to beat. But can he handle
kind of cool coming up through the elevator, the actual track in the background. You know. And I'm riding as Barsha just because I was supposed to ride on the factory Yamaha for the tournament. You're famous, Peter Griffin. What do you think about Webb? I think Webb is alright. I've never been a big fan of his, but obviously he had a great season last year. I think he can do well if he keeps getting starts. I think if he doesn't get starts, maybe he'll struggle to come through the pack. But if he keeps killing starts like he did last year, he could be consistent. So good on him. You gonna do Daytona 24 on iRacing this year? Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, I'll be doing it with Eric here in chat next weekend. And I think I'm gonna stream the whole thing. That's the plan, but we'll see as we get a little closer. So there'll be a lot of iRacing coming up here soon, just for fun, if anybody wants to stop on by. So, relatively easy hole shot. I mean, I wasn't even paying attention. Ooh, that triple on's pretty big. Yeah, this is... Yeah, I haven't ridden this track, I don't think. We'll see. Kind of a small triple there. Freezy. Kind of a double-double there. Square up. Oh yeah, I've ridden this. This one's another weird one, but again, maybe that's just the way it is. All these tracks have a different feeling. Like, it took me a little bit just to figure out how to get through that first triple right there out of that corner because it's a little weird. And I think that's kind of the story of this game is there's some weird rhythms like this one. Just to get that right, to get through that first triple is weird. And it takes a lot of playing, I think, to get it figured out. So it's strange. But again, it makes it kind of fun because you're really trying to crunch and figure out how to get through there, and how to do it consistently is pretty fun to figure out. Almost went down. I kind of like launching this because you land kind of case there, but you land in a spot where you can get off that dragon's back pretty easy. Again, this triple's just super weird. I'm hitting it with no preload and just trying to gauge the speed. Weird section. Makes it tough. And then these, it's kind of hard to get the perfect downside. And then you can go outside and triple onto that table. Let's see if I can do that. The game is fun, and it's hard to describe it. And I think everyone's always said that the milestone games don't come across that well in streams or in videos sometimes. Like, it's hard to tell the gameplay and what to expect. And I think that's why some people are saying it looks like All Out. There must be some like visual cues that make it seem that way. But yeah, I don't feel that way. And everyone I've talked to that plays the game, it doesn't feel that way either. So I think that's maybe just a weird visual thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, man, that's such a weird rhythm there. It's so basic. It should be not a big deal, right? You need to try to go outside and triple that next time. Ooh, is that web? Yeah, it's web. Is it? Yeah, nice. I wasn't even looking at the top left position board there. Just kind of zoning in. It takes a lot of concentration, this game. To me, at least, like way more than the previous games. The previous games I could kind of just get on without any time in the game and figure out the track in a lap and it's done. This one, it's a little bit different. So let's go both sticks preload, launch this thing. Oof, maybe a little much. I want to try this rhythm. It's just a triple, ooh, into a big triple. What? I got a weird pop there, I think, because I was still preloading. Oh, the loop. At least I got through that. Let's go outside. Oh, it's pretty big. It's definitely doable, but you gotta just get a good drive out of the corner. It's kind of cool. So obviously the AI isn't crazy fast. It's kind of, I would say it's exactly the same as the other games. The AI doesn't particularly impress me with their speed. If you're really one of those guys that is super fast and wants to have a challenge from the AI, I wouldn't expect it. In fact, I'm sure once I'll get a little more comfortable, because I'm not that great at this game, obviously, especially right now, I'm going to probably be doing my Head Start series again. So, because the AI is just not quick enough for a challenge alone. So race starts in 30 minutes. Well, who are you guys picking? Like, who you guys picking? Top 3. Who's podium? Whoever wants to play that game. Who's podium? Ooh, not a good way to get through that. Can we still seat bounce this? That shows that preload function pretty good. You can really get some distance if you need to. But you lose a lot of time in the air. It's pretty crazy. Alright, let me try to put in a little bit of a charge here. See if we can reel some guys back. This is the weirdest part right here. Trying to just not screw that up. Yo, Bryce, thanks for the subscription, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Let's get this triple on. Come on. Ah, tough block. I really want that triple on. It's just looks fun. You can really get on the gas early in these corners if you get the back end rotated through. I like to use like the back brake a little bit. Maybe it's not the fast way, but it's fun to hit that back brake and slide through that corner. So anyway, obviously you could tell speed-wise, if you're try-hard, you can have no problem winning on realistic difficulty.
Showing how they raced across the finish line jump, with a few surprises in the finishing order of this one.
Thanks everybody for being in the stream. Outlaw, Brandon, Charlie, Anthony, MX Alpha, Eric, Seb Robertson, Olest, let's see, Jared, I don't know who else I said, Jacob, Arthur, Dylan. Thank you guys. Thanks for being in the stream. Hopefully it's fun to watch a little bit of this nonsense before we watch the real Supercross here in like 20 minutes or so, right? Right? Is it 20 minutes or is it like in an hour? An hour and 20 minutes. I don't remember. Who's your favorite Supercross rider ever? That's a tough one for me to answer. I actually really liked watching Villapoto ride Supercross. It was fun to watch ride. But if I had to pick one, it's not even really for Supercross, but I'd say Wyndham. Wyndham is one of my favorite riders of all time. Nice guy. And then just the way he retired and then still came to opening ceremonies and was hucking the transfers. Just seems like an awesome dude. And yeah, last Eric already answered, but yeah, we'll be driving the M8. Outlaw, you're thinking Cianciarillo is going to wreck a few times because he's still pretty fresh to the 450. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, but damn, he looks good, doesn't he? Unless you haven't tried the 488 GTE yet. It's nice, it's fun for like the fixed series, but I feel like that's a pretty neutral car. It's kind of nice. You like All Out better because of the freestyle moves you can do and the whips you can throw during the race. It's satisfying. Yeah, I think it's fun too. It's just different. You play that for a totally different reason. To throw big silly whips and not really have a very satisfying ground physic. But it's a fun game too for different reasons. I think everyone compares these all so much. Like one of them has to be the game. Well, we don't have that unless you want to go hardcore into like a MX simulator. Because I think that's the best of both worlds. But you got to spend some serious time. So with a friendly game, I think these games do it well and different reasons. The ground physics in this game is great, but the air physics aren't that great. All Out, good air physics, but the ground physics struggle a little bit. So that's how I feel. Default setup on the M8 is really stable. Just did a few races on the 12.0. Yeah, it's a pretty easy car to drive, really. At least that's how I feel. Podium, Ferrandis, Cooper, Faulkner, Arthur. That's good. I'm with you there. Unless Faulkner's just on fire and doesn't make a mistake, he could win. Because wasn't he fastest in qualifying? I didn't get to see the end of it. Second, Tomac. Third, Roxon. Dylan. So you have AC, Tomac, and Roxon. Yeah, it could definitely go that way. I would not be surprised at all. But Roxon was struggling. And remember, he said it was because his bike was a little bit too stiff. That's why he said he struggled at A1. So that's kind of interesting. I don't remember who else said a track. Let's try Minneapolis, right? Just to do something funky. Then I'll probably show you guys Daytona because it's really weird. But it's still fun in its own weird way. It's Chad Reed for first. That'd be insane. Can you imagine how crazy that would be? The whole crowd would be just nuts. Eric, your podium is Tomac, Barsha, AC. Ooh, you think Barsha and AC are going to keep it together, huh? That'd be cool if Barsha can keep it together and not just fall back like he did last year. You see AC making a mistake tonight but not winning because of it? Yeah, I could see that too. he could also just totally fly and get a good start and win. It's hard to tell. 20 minutes? Okay, thank you, Eric. I thought that's what it was. Do you play much iRacing with Moto Agogo? He's been telling me to get it. Yeah, I do. A little bit. Yeah, we play some iRacing together. Yeah, we've played a lot. It's fun. I do more iRacing solo, I think, than with people. But yeah, I've played a good bit with Moto, and it's definitely a good game to get. But to me, it's only a game to get if you're just like a hardcore car nerd, like you love racing and everything about it. If you're a Moto fan and you just want to do some car racing, it might not be the game for you. That's kind of my opinion. Favorite 250 West rider this year? I'd honestly like to see Cooper do a really good job, but who I'm pulling for is Craig. I would love to see Craig have a great season after everything he's been through and just his whole career, retirement, that, and then the suspension. From Sweden, so I cannot watch the race until tomorrow morning. Oh, that's a bummer. You really wish MX Bikes was a little more sticky feeling on the ground and would be exactly what you want. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a little slippery, but it kind of makes it fun again. Because like Sim is super sticky. Especially with the newer tracks and stuff. But it would also just be me getting used to the game and not having it figured out yet. Yeah, but it's slick, man. But as long as you're waiting that outside peg, it sure helps. Roxon Faulkner AC. Roxon Faulkner and AC if he's able to keep it together. Roxon Faulkner and AC. But Faulkner is in the 250 class. I might have missed something there. Anyway, you guys are here for gameplay. Sorry, it's just fun to talk to you guys in chat. Thanks for being here. Oh, okay. It was not on autopilot for that corner. Ooh, Minneapolis. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh, kind of basic rhythm. Seems like. Small triple. Wow. God, the tough blocks in this game are just nuts. Let's go just nice double, triple, seat bounce, triple out. Okay. Double, triple, double. Whoops into a tight 180. Ooh, the little wheelie scrub. Trying to figure out how big you can go through this rhythm. It'll take me a few laps, I think, to figure that rhythm out. Remember, small triple. And then may as well go to the inside before this. Actually, maybe outside and double that. I'll have to try it. It's fun to figure these tracks out. It's something I always enjoy. Yeah, I don't think you can quad that, so just do the double, triple, double. See if we can use the berm. I don't know if it's worth it. Didn't really hit the right line for it. End up with a single. Let's go outside. I just want to see if this is doable. Double over. I think it is. That might hit you up with a pretty sweet rhythm through there. You can still hit these damn rhythms like whoops, kind of like I did there. Is what it is. I know a lot of people complain about that. Well, it's still here. I wonder if you can hit that as like a triple step up. Go outside. Man, I want to hit a bigger line through there, but maybe that's just the way to go. double, triple, triple single maybe? A little funky. But it seems like some of those rhythms are so basic, but I'm still trying to figure out cool different ways to get through them. Like here, I kind of want to try a triple. Ooh, that's big with the little step up there. I think the double, triple, double is just a little bit easier and kind of the way to go through there. Pretty cool track though. They all do have like totally different feeling, which is always nice. And it's not just totally straightforward, boring, right? Every track kind of has something that you go, what the hell am I supposed to do through there? Oof. That was ugly, but probably just as fast. Can we hit the double? Oh, never mind. I was gonna try to hit that double from the inside. Using that seat bounce to try to get over stuff when you screw up. First rhythm should be double, triple, triple from memory. First rhythm. Shoot. Best reflex track ever made. Do you like to see indie if you do another track? Okay, cool. I'll do a little indie before, Eric. I don't know, dude. That's kind of hard because there's been some good ones and there's been so many, and I think I've played pretty much every single Reflex custom track ever. Like, you know, excluding maybe a couple like fantasy goofy ones, but I've pretty much played everything. And whoops. See, we're gonna say triple. What do you say? Triple, triple, double, triple, double, triple, triple from memory. Okay, huh? Obviously, tracks that come to mind are tracks like the Rubicon, Bump Park. I really enjoyed those two. But there's been some great ones that came out after that, some newer tracks that blew me away with the quality. Some of the stuff that, what was it, C4 and Red Rider and, C4, Red Rider. Shoot, I'm forgetting somebody super important. I don't know, sorry. Those guys came together to make some nationals tracks and stuff like that that were phenomenal. So there's just been a lot of good stuff. So to pick one is tough, but just so you guys know, I am working on a series with Reflex showing you guys my favorite tracks. So that's something that's coming, and there'll be download links in the description for all of them. That'll be updated and stuff like that. So it's like a top 10 list. So it's just taking time to put together. So that'll help me answer that question, obviously. But there's some good ones, man. There's some good tracks. See how high that seat bounce puts you? I mean, it really kicks you up. Can you do Vegas? Yeah, I'm probably going to move on. You guys get that? We got about 10 minutes until the real race starts. So we're going to check out Indy for Eric. And then I'd like to show you guys Vegas. Ooh, unlocked content. Oh shit, I've never unlocked anything like this before. A-Stars Kawasaki? I'm not sure what that means. Because I cannot customize my rider. Let's see. So who are the YouTubers in this tournament? Again, if you missed it, the tournament's not happening. There were some issues with multiplayer. But it was Donut, Tylin, Wyndham, Kellen, and MXWay Gamer. I think that's what it was. So we're going to postpone it, so it's still going to happen, just so you guys know. Can you do Vegas? Yeah, I think we'll do Vegas. Vegas and Daytona. I'd like to show you guys that. But let's do Indy for Eric here. Do you like Nirvana music? What do you think about Kurt Cobain? Yeah, man. I mean, I grew up with listening to a bunch of Nirvana. Obviously, Kurt Cobain's story is pretty wild. You know, creating grunge, essentially, and obviously being very good at it. Whoa, shit. Yeah, yeah, so that was pretty cool, but obviously it didn't end so well, so that's unfortunate. But he changed music, that's for sure, for the better, I'd say. So yeah, I'm about some Nirvana. Ooh. There's something else there. That's nice that they added the gear set Tomac ran in San Diego. Alright, let's figure this track out. Sorry, I'm trying to look at chat. It's really, I don't stream enough, so it's actually really fun talking to you guys in chat. Some big old loops. On, off, double, on, off. Forgot about that already. You and Dio should do a national championship on Reflex. Dio doesn't play games anymore. I would love to do that because he's a good friend, and I could probably talk him into doing something fun just between us, play a little bit of games, but to record something and, you know, I could maybe get him to record it, but he's not going to want to do a championship because he hasn't played the games in years, so it wouldn't really be fair. Sorry. Alright. I actually do not think I've put a lap on this track yet. This is my first couple laps. Surely I can't clear that whole thing. This could be a triple scrub triple. God, dude, what? I'm an idiot. So, let me look. Is that just a... No, it's just a tiny little double. The way I'm hitting it so fast makes it seem like it's... like a... just a roller or something. Just a big fat single. Ooh. It's kind of weird to try to slam through that. Okay, do not overjump the finish line. Nice case, but hey, at least we got through there, Jesus. I think I saw, Eric, you say the scaling's whack. Yeah, this one seems a little weird, doesn't it? I mean, they're gonna have to change scaling and stuff to make it work with the game physics, but this one seems particularly weird. Okay, that's definitely the line through there. Ooh, maybe a triple out. So, like I said, each track is a little wonky, and I'm sure it's probably easy to look at this and go, what the hell, just do this, you suck. Oh, dude. Well, that I do kind of suck. That's on me. But, yeah, there's always something that's weird with some of these rhythms. And a lot of the rhythms are just peaky, which makes it tough to get it just right. So you cannot pull yourself back on track anymore. That was me trying. Doesn't work. Kind of weird bump before you get into those whoops. Triple. Ah, over jumped. That's a cool section there. Anyway, I know you guys wanted to see... Do you have an Instagram? Yeah, I actually just recently created one for my YouTube channel here. So it's just, I think it had to be Yellow S2K VTech. So yeah, you can search me up on Instagram, and I actually post on there quite often. So when is this game coming out? I believe it's February 4th. I think that's when it's coming out. Wow, this is drastically different than the sim version. Damn. Indiana MS, it was perfectly scaled. This, on the other hand, lol. Will you stop the stream when Supercross starts? Yeah, I'm going to stop here shortly, but I wanted to show you guys. I kind of want to do a quick show of Vegas. Yeah, let's go Vegas. Vegas, and then maybe Daytona, just super quick. I love Supercross too much to miss some of that. So, all right, so this is super crazy. Look at this. There's a 5. You can do a 5-3 through there. There's a rut right here, which is pretty sweet. Landing on the downside of this saves you so much time, but it's kind of hard to do. This is Vegas. Ooh, barely kept that together. I don't know how. This triple's a little tough here. Made it look easier than it is, but it's kind of hard to hit sometimes. The hell was that, man? Can you show off some whips while you race? I keep missing it. Yeah, let me... I'll try. I'll try to throw a whip over this massive gap. Ooh. See, there. It's hard to make them not look ugly, but that was all just with sticks, no canned whip there. But man, it's hard to like lean back and then lean forward to get kind of that real whip look. It kind of just pulls you to the side, and it's kind of hard to make it look cool. Slam the over under. Go outside this time. Like I said, that's kind of a hard triple. 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 On, off. Fly out. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a little like scrub over here that's not the canned whips. Kind of lame, but you can make the smaller whips, like scrubs like that, look kind of cool. But here's another like, ooh. It's hard to make the new whips look cool. But again, this is a preview build, so who knows. Anyway, that is Las Vegas. I think I'm gonna cut it there, guys. Keep in mind, I'm gonna post some videos right now. I'm gonna make them live so you guys can check out some videos of gameplay and my full thoughts on the game, kind of pros, cons, and really an honest wrap up at the end. And then 4 different tracks, just kind of laps that I had at them that were like halfway decent, nothing crazy, but again, maybe give you a better idea of some other tracks that you didn't see here. But thank you guys for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. Go watch some Supercross. Don't miss it. Don't sit at your computer. Go watch some Supercross. It's good for your soul. But thank you guys for stopping by and watching the stream. The compound's not available right now in this build. But yeah, thank you guys. That was actually a good bit of fun. And maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. If you guys want to, maybe I'll do some more of this and can answer some questions. But all right, guys. Thank you. I'll catch up with you later on.